Welcome to Tech News Simplified. It's kind of a rework of our original technical with Charlotte Elise. Today we're going to be talking about neural processing units, my custom GPT named SharBot, which I will release to you guys so you guys can test it out, and Jagat, a location-based social platform. Getting right into the stories, we're gonna be talking about Intel. Recently, Intel has released their Intel Core Ultra CPUs. These new CPUs arrived with an additional chip for processing AI. It's called a neural processing unit. So these are like a small chiplets added to the typical CPUs that we have been using. And this new chip is dedicated to focusing on AI tasks with better efficiency, and therefore freeing up CPUs and GPUs to do other things that they were designed for. Intel is launching these NPU chips in preparation for the next generation of Windows, which is expected to have a lot of AI integration. So Intel's just trying to get ahead of the game. So NPUs, they're actually pretty new. We've heard news about it kind of earlier in March. And so what is an NPU? The NPUs are dedicated processors designed for focusing on handling the blurring of backgrounds in video calls or object detection in photo editing. You may have used AI generation and AI processing through some apps, but all of that work is typically done by your GPU and your CPU. But the NPUs, they have an ability to inference. They can inference data because it's a neural network, which is very similar to the neurons and synapses that humans have. They're able to identify things, including vehicles, trees, and humans. And with the inference that these processors are capable of, they can ascertain whether certain items are in the picture. So why would you have an NPU versus utilizing the current method of CPU and GPU? Well, the NPU integrates storage and computation all on the chip. That's really the difference. So by having all of this all on the NPU chip, it allows the AI task to access direct storage in its computations without needing to go to external memory sources like RAM. So this reduces latency. And also, because these chips are designed specifically to carry certain tasks, it also saves on energy efficiency. So according to Albert Liu, who is CEO of Neuron, another AI NPU manufacturer, he says, I will say that if you have a pretty powerful and lightweight chip like ours, then you could bring a powerful transformer model like GPT to many kinds of devices. This statement is a jab at how NVIDIA is currently the powerhouse of AI processing with the H100 series of cards. NVIDIA is working on new ones, but they're sticking with their method of using GPUs to process AI tasks. But more and more companies are coming out with a focus on NPUs. And Neuron, I haven't heard of them before, is a company that's focusing on full stack edge AI technology. To simplify that, it's basically taking AI processing and putting it on small devices, smart devices, like a toaster. Do you need your toaster to give you recipes to be able to process language and give you recipes? No, but I mean, in 10 years' time from now, I totally feel we'll take it for granted. So this is the kind of technology like Neuron is working on. So what does this mean overall? In the future, NPUs are going to be utilized in in more devices with their small form factor, allowing us to reduce the need for cloud-based processing. Currently, the CPUs and GPUs that work the AI tasks, a lot of it has to be sent to the cloud. For those of us who use like Stable Fusion and localized processing, the results that we get or the time it takes to create these results are also pretty inefficient. Along with all this, the thermal overhead and just the cost is going to be reduced overall because of these specific chips. So that is NVIDIA's move for the future. Alongside that, AMD also plans on, I believe they released their new chip, which is an APU, including the CPU, GPU, with a focus on AI processing as well. So there are several ways of handling AI tasks, and different companies have different interpretations, which is actually really cool because generally this is like the Blu-ray HDVD like era where people have different design philosophies and we'll just see where the market adapts. In other news, I got my custom GPT, which I'm going to show you guys after I talk a little bit about the ChatGPT 4's functionality. So a few weeks ago, OpenAI has released this function to allow users to create their own custom AI bots. And with these bots, these large language models, you can personalize them. You can have them do things like mood assessment. You can ask these AIs, these models, to search for data and then use it to solve a problem for you. So people have been making a lot of different bots, and I made one, which I'm going to show you right now. It's called SharBot. This is my bot. It's pretty, I like it. I think it's really cute. So this is the interface for GPT-4's custom GPTs. And so I made SharBot as a game recommender that links to mods and installation guides for those mods. So the idea behind this bot, the description doesn't fully catch the breadth of what I wanted to do. Was I want you to use this bot by going home and then feeling like I want to play something new, but I don't want a lot of stress. I want like a chill game. I'm feeling chill. What should I play? So like this could further be customized for each user when you use it more and more. I integrated some modules that allows it to assess emotion to the best of its ability, but to also inquire more and more like deeply as you ask it to like find you a game, right? And I also tweaked this bot to give you, let's zoom in actually, to give you a recommendation that is less mainstream, right? So if I wanted to play a chill game, first thing, right? Minecraft, it would read Minecraft. But let's see what it gives, right? So I'm feeling chill. What should I play? And the bot says, great, I'd be happy to help. Let's find a chill game. Let's narrow it down with a few questions. Do you have a preference for a specific genre, such as puzzle, adventure? Are there any games you've played before that you particularly enjoyed? This is a question I asked the bot to inquire about because I think that's a good way to gauge what people what games will work with them. Playing on a platform matters as well. A single player, multiplayer, I don't know. Multiplayer, can it be chill? I don't know. Maybe it's just the multiplayer games I play. And then game length. I think game length is also important. So I want something immersive that I can spend several hours on. Let's see what it returns. What? Send. See, so usually the bot would be like, okay, here's a list, right? They don't ask more questions. So I tailor my bot to continue to narrow down and get you more effective results without having to go back to the bot. Do you prefer realistic graphics, pixel art, or perhaps something more artistic and abstract? I don't really like pixel art. I prefer realistic graphics with a strong narrative element, right? Because there's story importance, pace, exploration. Why do I, when I press enter, skip to the next line? Send. All right, based on your preference for immersive games with realistic graphics and a strong narrative element, here are a few game recommendations that you might enjoy. Firewatch, Life is Strange series, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. I've never heard of The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. Everybody's Gone to Rapture. Let's see. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is a first-person driven mystery game focused on exploration and discovery. It is known for its stunning visuals and a story that involves piecing together the fate of a missing boy. You have an Epic? Have you tried it? It sounds interesting, right? I never played a true like mystery game, right? There's always like illusions to a mystery, but like, does this have you running around exploring? It's old but good. Okay, I can't believe I've never heard of these games. Everybody's Gone to Rapture. Rapture being a religious element, right? A religious event. An exploration game set in the deserted English village. The story unfolds through a discovery of how and why everyone has disappeared. The game is praised for its realistic environments and powerful narrative. Firewatch, yeah, Firewatch has like cell shaded graphics. Life is Strange. Life is Strange is kind of BS all around. Really? I loved Life is Strange. I didn't even know what I was playing, and I started liking it. I think I tried like episode 1 or something of it. I was like, oh yeah, but the writing was really good. Okay, so this is a good point, right? So Gorjanin says, excuse me, ma'am, but by the time I'm done talking with the bot, the OCD in me will have me playing a game already. Well, some of us don't need that dopamine right away, right? I don't want to shop around for it. Like when we're really indecisive, right? Because I have moments where I just want to play some, but I really don't know what to play. I want to play some new, but I don't want to do anything mainstream, right? You search up survival game, you get Resident Evil, you get Minecraft. Like, in order to search up survival game, I usually would have to go through Steam, right? So this is one way of doing it. And plus, we can talk about mods. So, do any of these games have mod support? Among the games I recommended, mod support varies and is generally limited. Here's a breakdown. Mod support for Firewatch is minimal. The game is designed as a narrative experience, and the developers haven't officially supported or encouraged modding. There might be some graphical tweaks. This game does not have significant mod support. Detroit Become Human. This game, being a narrative-heavy, choice-driven experience, does not support mods. Okay. Life is Strange has some fan-made content, but it's not a core aspect of the community. If mod support is a significant factor for you, you might want to consider games like Skyrim or Witcher 3. See, this is where like the AI kind of gets like a little generic. So I have to like further train the bot to stop recommending Skyrim and mainstream stuff, because that's not, I wouldn't ask if I were looking for those games, because everyone knows those games, right? So but you know, the training model is actually pretty simple. To kind of show you, not hide from sidebar, edit GPT. So, how can we edit the GPT? Welcome back, Yeah, you could guess exactly what the bot was going to say, right? You knew it was going to say Skyrim. So, welcome back. Is there anything SharBot should be doing better? Anything you like to change? So how do we edit it, right? There are a few ways. You can edit the configuration. Here's some conversation starters. You can upload data and knowledge bases to the bot. You could create actions, which is including your own coding into the bot. But I just want to work with this interface. So SharBot should avoid recommending popular games that everyone knows. Let's focus on lesser known games. Okay, so over time, this is how you're going to train the bot. And it's pretty simple. Yeah, and the picture is the one I asked the AI to make. It's pretty cute. Okay, this should help users discover unique and interesting titles they may not have encountered before. Okay, so over time, I'll continue to train it. But yeah, I'm going to put the link in Discord if you guys want to play around with it. And boom, it's there. And yeah, let me show you the picture. Yeah, that's SharBot, super adorable. So I asked the AI to make a cute robot, and it did such a great job. I have asked the AI to like reiterate, some of the images, and it ended up coming out pretty similar. But there was one that was really not cute. It wasn't grotesque. It's just like it didn't understand what cute was in that scenario. But yeah, that's basically how it works. So to gain access to this feature, you have to subscribe to ChatGPT. But if you ever want to make, or if you have some ideas for very specific AI bots that can serve a purpose that general like models don't cover, then let me know. But I could imagine in specific work scenarios, maybe you could create something that'll just like speed through your work for you. So this is going to be a great tool, honestly. I think in the future, this is going to be integrated and adapted to personalizing AI bots, right? So when we talk about NPUs and these chips being thrown into typical smart devices, which are actually not that smart, they just connect to the internet, then the personalization for like toast, let's say you have a smart toaster with AI, you could be like, what you made for me last Tuesday, I want it just like that. That would be one use of a large language model. So pretty cool stuff. Be on the lookout for more stuff. And they do have a store. So if you want to check out the OpenAI store and look at what models they have out there and see some of the strange ideas on what people have, then do check it out. Next up, we do have, where is my topic? Here we go. Jagat. Jagat is a location sharing social platform. And this is like something like Instagram, except it shares your location as the primary purpose. I don't think you need ChatGPT Plus to chat with SharBot, but if you do, then that sucks. So Jagat has been a company in Singapore and Indonesia, and they've been working on this social network. They acquired someone, and Zenly, I believe, and they basically made this social network that shares your location with your friends or whoever you have on your friends list who are not really friends. But this app has an interactive map where you could see your friends in real time. Google already has this feature. You could share your location with people with Google Maps. But this is an app specifically for this. The feature set for this app is like you have the real-time map of the world with your friends in it. It shows people how long you have been at a location. So if you say that, let's say your child, right? Let's say you have a kid and they're going to school. They're like, yeah, I showed up to every single class. You could actually track their location with this. I mean, there are other ways to do so, but that would be an indicator. Or if someone says, I'm going to the gym and, they never go, right? You could catch them out on that lie. Unfortunately, there's no current way to disable how long you've been at a location. You can't falsify that, right? So, I mean, the first thing I thought of, like being a pessimist, I thought of you could catch people cheating. Why do you keep visiting my best friend? What the fuck? It's like, why do you keep driving by her house? But, you don't have to check in because this app has a check-in feature. I think Yelp has one too. I don't really use Yelp. But checking in was kind of a concept 10 years ago where users are checking in, and I don't really understand the purpose. I mean, it's obviously marketing for the companies, but for your personal benefit, I think it's a flex that I'm at this fancy restaurant. I mean, you don't really see people checking into McDonald's, right? I don't know. Maybe they do, but it's a feature. Apparently, people use it. Another feature they have is called Nows. And these are stories that last 24 hours formed from check-ins. So it's like Instagram stories, right? Something that lasts 24 hours, except it's prompted by your check-ins. If you want to go to a doctor and be like, at the doctor's office, do a check-in and then create a now or a story. And then people could see your doctor's office. They also have another feature called footprints. So you see this map over here, this map? Well, it also shows where you walked. And it's pretty interesting where it doesn't only show users where you are, but it shows them where you walked. Which entrance did you use? Why did you sneak into the restaurant? Why did you go to a restaurant from the back door? Are you like stealing produce from the back? Right? Like I don't understand. I don't understand the motivations behind this, and we'll talk about that. But since this is advertised as a social app, who in their right mind will advertise their location like this? And also, what does Jagat even mean? I don't know. Gurjanan also says, I'm sure my government doesn't know about this. They're going to love this. I think all governments will love this app because users who sign on to this app will voluntarily push this information, right? He also said, sorry to break it to you, but I left my phone at home. There are ways you can protect yourself though, right? So this app not only allows you to delete visited locations, right? So you could delete the fact that you visited a friend during school hours. You're definitely not cutting school because you just don't want people to be there, right? To know that you've been there. You can also go into ghost mode, and you can enable ghost mode on certain individuals. For whatever reason, if you have your family on this app, or your parents specifically, you could ghost them. You can actually ghost them. And that hide any updates to your location. So you could go to work, check in, ghost your family, and then fuck off and go do something else. And then you could go back to work and unghost them and they won't even know. They call it a feature. It's definitely more of a privacy concern thing. And they have other features like What's Up. The features get a little weird, okay? From this point on, they get a little weird. They have a What's Up. It's called a What's Up, where it's a one-tap message that you can push to friends, and they have 24 hours to respond. So it's like a pre-generated hello, right? And you can only say what's up. Says, oh, I broke my leg. Time for a doctor check. There are people that enjoy sharing this information, right? There are some people that enjoy it. So maybe we're not the target audience, but maybe some people like it. So there's two more features that I want to talk about. The next one is called Your World. All your data is dumped into one location. All the places you checked in, your real-time position, how long you've been there, your footsteps, basically every place you've been will be marked on one map for your friends to see, or you to see. Apps like this is why I'll be teaching my kid about internet and privacy very early on. And the last feature I want to talk about, I guess you could say who asked for it, but you can, similar to how you can push what's up to people, you can push emojis to people. And this is their advertisement on their website. Surprise to your friends. Send a poop emoji when chatting with your friend. A giant poop will pop up on their screen. Your friend would never expect that you get 10,000 giant poops all at once. So what you're saying is that you want to soft e-dox your friend by spamming their screen with poops. This is a part of their marketing strategy. Who does that appeal to? Definitely a younger audience. So with this app, you have the full breadth of what it does. Do you think this platform will take off? Like, is this privacy-numb app going to ever work? I wouldn't expect it to, but there have been other apps and other ways of connecting with people. But something, I guess, so detailed has never been released and pushed to like the mainstream market. But, my hunch was wrong because Jagat has officially surpassed 10 million users. Launched back in March, this platform has grown to surpass 10 million people, and there's plenty of activity on this app. And I just don't understand it, but here's what the CEO had to say, or the president of Jagat. They said to TechCrunch, "We want to be about people, not posts. We're made for your close friends, for discovering new friends, and for getting people out more in real life, as opposed to scrolling for entertainment. The mainstream social media is no longer for making friends or connecting, but mostly passive consumption of entertainment." He does have a good point. What we once used Facebook for, which I don't use anymore, I actually don't know the market, but what we once used Instagram for is now about over-glorifying a lifestyle. It's giving people a portfolio of their life. And while we still do use it for connecting, at least in New York, like we have, remember in the old days when you would meet someone new or dating or something, you give them your phone number, right? Nowadays, you give your Instagram. And personally, although I use it, that's only because the majority of people use it as primary communication. I think the user interface for Instagram is cumbersome. There's too many taps to get to the right chat. WhatsApp is one less tap than Instagram. I've counted them. And it's that one extra tap that just makes me not want to use the platform. So can an app like this be useful for meeting with friends? Certainly. If you have a picnic or event, you could see where everyone is. No longer is there where your friend says, "Oh, I'm right outside," and you see that they're 4 blocks away. You can actually catch them out on it. But outside practical applications, what this platform really serves is to address the problem that people are in need of social connection. And an app riddled with privacy concerns, to have this succeed is actually really telling of what we're lacking in human interaction nowadays. So that's our show for today. Thank you guys for checking out the new Simplified Tech News Simplified. I will be continuing this series as we go along. and we get better and stronger every time. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.